All right. So, good evening, guys. Once again, you're all welcome to uh, our live session this evening. Today is the 28th of July, 2025, and it's pretty much last week of July. Like I said earlier, we have to pick up our running shoes and see how we can complete this marathon. You guys are welcome to this live session. My portfolio has pulled back and seen some measure of pullback, and I would just like to comment on that before I kind of start. So we'll look at the trades what we have, maybe potential setups that could be underway as well. So just kind of like run over these things. Like I said, I won't spend too much time today, but let's see how much we can cover. All right. So let's see for the GPYs. Still not much, right? Still not much. Same thing, upside continuations, waiting for them to break and retest. Cut GPY, breakouts, waiting for the pullback, still not happened. CHF JPY, well, it's a little pullback, but it's nothing too crazy. Sorry, hold on, please. Nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. EJ is also pulling back, but I would still say it is nothing too crazy. Like I said, they hit where I expect to take buys from, still like very far away. So um, I can't do much at this point. I can't do much to be honest. GJ still just there. NZDJPY still just there to be honest. USJ, yeah, the dollar is actually picking up strength. I think that's one thing I noticed today. There's something of note that the US dollar is picking up strength, and I think it would reflect. It is already reflecting on USDJPY, and it might reflect further in the next couple of weeks. And then also, if the last strength is going to last long, we'll see how it affects things. I think this is the week of rate cuts. I'm not sure. I've only checked the calendar, but I think this is the week of rate cuts in the US. But we'll find out. So this is for the JPY. Still upside continuations. Nothing too crazy in terms of changes. AUD card. So still right there, still maintaining this level as resistance, right? Same thing like we said. Euro card is pulling back. In fact, the Euro pairs have seen some sort of decline. I'm not sure why that is. I haven't looked at the red folder news this week to see if anything in the Euro is happening. So to be honest, I'm not sure why this is happening. Although maybe it has something to do with the trade deal between US and I'm not sure, right? Not so sure. But this is Euro card. We're noticing some sort of pullback, and not sure how long this will last. I need to come back to test at this point. We don't know, but this is the current situation of Euro card. That's why I said my portfolio has seen some sort of pullback, because I think today every single asset I have is just having that little pullback, which is okay, not too bad. GB card is also pulling back, coming down to this black line. Yeah, coming back to this black line. And this is what I meant before when I said that I didn't think price had already tested it. But yeah, I think it's still a test, right? So, but yeah, price is back to this black line. We'll see if the level acts as support, because it's really like a demand zone. So we'll see if this acts as support to allow price to continue to the upside, or if the sideways movement will continue, or if maybe price will break and come down and test this guy. We'll find out. Ended card. Still sideways, right? Nothing crazy. Still sideways. USD card, there's nothing for me. Euro AUD, there's nothing for me. Euro NZD, still nothing for me. Although this might be the beginning of the pullback or the start of the pullback, and I would love the pullback to complete somewhere around these levels, 1.90. But then, realistically speaking, if this guy will pull back, it then means that pound NZD and pound AUD will stop out. They're not so correlated, but this is a huge pullback, and most likely those two will stop out. I'm not sure, but we'll see if that happens. But yes, Euro NZD, I'm waiting for this, and price pulls back and tests as support, of course, I would love to hold on. Pound AUD. So this guy is currently in drawdown. I think like almost halfway through. So price is back to test the key level support. The question from here would be, would this level act as support, or is price going to break past it and find a way to stop us out or stop me out? And I don't know the answer to this question, but only time can answer. I've also mentioned that I am not worried if pound 80 stops out, mainly because I still think that if the trend is going to continue, the market would always give us another opportunity to go long. Okay, so I never have to worry about taking a loss. And also, if it is the case that the uptrend will not continue, then fine, I will take a loss. It's been a while since I took one, so nothing too crazy. So pound AUD is in drawdown. Pound NZD as well is in drawdown. But the interesting thing is they're all just still testing the key level of support. So in a sense, there is no need to panic. I think it is when they break that means that okay, yeah, we might get stopped out. But until that happens, there is almost no need to panic. So pound AUD, pound NZD, they are both in drawdown, and pound USD. So we'll come to pound USD in a minute. But let's move on. AUD USD, still just there, right? Still just there. I am waiting for price to come to this key level, which is the black line. So I want price to come back here before I can look for any opportunities to sell. Until I see that, I'll just remain on the sidelines. EU is now here. So like I said, the euro pairs are taking a dump. I think the euro is weak, and it is very evident on all of these pairs. But yes, EU is pulling back, and I think we might come down to test the level of support. I can expect that to happen. So yeah, let's see if that is the case. What else? Pound USD. Yes, so we have come down to test pound USD, the key level of support. Now, of course, pound USD is in drawdown as well. So pound AUD, pound NZD, and pound USD are three trades that are currently in drawdown. I think these are the only trades in drawdown as I speak. But actually, I've just pulled back a little bit, and that's why my entire portfolio has seen a little minor pullback. But that's fine. That's okay. I mean, running a portfolio of almost 18 positions, you can expect that when price pulls back, when these pairs pull back, it would affect the entire portfolio. So nothing too crazy. I'm still well above 20 hours, so nothing too crazy. Okay. Also, like I said, if price is going to bounce and find support at these levels, then things will just pretty much spin around and continue profit. And this is the part where I say that if for some reason you have a new account, a new portfolio you're trying to manage, these three trades are kind of like the best opportunities to get involved with, because right now they're in drawdown, so you just have the better pricing, right? And of course, it's not to say that they will play out, because these three positions can as well stop out. It's very possible. But if in the event that they do play out, then you not only have three new opportunities to get involved with, but then you have better pricing, because all you have to do now is take the same trade idea, but now instead of a 1 to 3, you're looking at a 1 to 5 on the same idea. So these little differences can matter a lot if you have like new portfolios to manage. So this is a trick, not a trick, but a hack I use if I have new portfolios to adjust and manage. But yes, if these three trades will stop out, then of course it affects your new portfolio. So you have to keep these things in mind. Here, so let's see what happens. So this is for pound NZD. If price would maintain or find support around this level, then of course we can expect that the trend would continue overall. Moving on, we have NZD USD, still sideways, right? Still sideways. I don't have anything to say on these guys. But then going back to what I mentioned, let me see. Going back to what I mentioned about patterns, I said it was possible that we could see price reject this guy, break past it, break below it, and test as resistance, forming like a head and shoulder pattern. Maybe that's what it's trying to form here, even though I'm not trying to sell this. I'm not trying to force a pattern out of this, but maybe that is the pattern that might show up in this regard. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, whatever the case, just like AU, I want to see price come back to the key level. That's where I'm interested. That's where I want to sell from. That's where I want to sell out. So I'll see if that happens. 80 CHF, cut CHF. I'm not interested in these guys, to be honest. To be very honest, I posted pound CHF today, indicating that price is finding support around key level of this key level. So it may mean that we might see a bounce short term, but also we could see price still break it, right? This can still happen. So that's why I'm not trying to buy this. At the end of the day, it will be against the trend, against the system, my system. So even though this can happen, it's not something I want to get involved with. So I don't really have much to say on the CHF pairs. I'm not too interested in this guy. So any questions? If you have a question, please go ahead. Ask a question.
Yeah, okay. You're talking about pound. You're talking about pound CHF that like you won't buy pound CHF that is against the trend. Like what's on the higher time frame? What's actually the trend of pound CHF?
For the most part, I would say it's a downtrend. Although in very recent times we've been moving sideways. So in all honesty, there is nothing to support an uptrend here. That's my point. So buying this would just be buying as support, which is not wrong. It's just something it's not just in line with my system, you get. So it's not like it's a wrong thing to do. But it's not just in line with my system. And then it's not an uptrend. I mean, you can clearly see that.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's just like my thought process behind it. So not wrong, of course not. But I can't just buy it now with my system. I mean, look at the purpose I track. This trade does not fit the plan. So any other questions? Anything you want me to look at before I move?
Evening.
Yep.
Please, GU. Though it's an uptrend, I even entered, but later I was looking at it. So is it a head and shoulders for a reversal or what? Or we still maintain it? Time frame.
Yeah, well, we don't know that, right? It could be a head and shoulder, right? But we can't answer the question until time answers the question for us. Okay. You see, like I said, I'm still ready to switch back to the downside if G wants to do that. Okay. But I would not wait until that happens. That's why I'm long. That's why I'm taking longs in line with the trend as we speak. But this could be a head and shoulder. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder. But you can only confirm the pattern if price breaks this, pulls back, and drops it downside. That's when the pattern is confirmed. It may not eventually be a head and shoulder. Price might just find support here and bounce. So I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure what this is. But what I'm saying is, even though we are going to have a reversal, that's fine because the market will present opportunities for us to take trades in the reversal. So that's still fine. That's still fine.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So, any more questions just before we move over? All right. So let's look at indices then. Huge chunk of red. Although I will still say that it is nothing too crazy. Let's see. So yeah, the S&P, little red, but again, nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. France 40, still nothing too crazy. It's not the first red candle we've had in a while, so nothing too crazy. What else do I have? Nasdaq. So yeah, these are the three trades I have. And you can see that not much has changed, right? In terms of indices, not much has changed. So yeah, still there. Gold, I mentioned gold today. Moving sideways. and it is why I'm still a spectator, and it is why I have not taken any trade buys or sells, because I don't see any opportunities right now. At least not until we break out. Okay. So, what else? Copper pulled back today, almost 3%. Pulled back, but yeah, we're still up, still up. Nothing too crazy, if I'm being honest. I think it's only Palladium that is in greens, which is still here, still up like just above 2%. Palladium. So this is what I have for currencies. And now DXY. Let's see. The dollar is picking up strength actually. So it looks like the next possible move would be back to this. Sorry, let's see. Back to 100. And if this is the case, it means that EU would drop down to the key level where we bought from, right? That's like, what do we buy? I think it was 1.12, right? That's where we bought from. So your price would go back to 1.12. It then means that G will most likely break the key level. Maybe this is a reverse out. Let's see. Whatever the case, we're going to have opportunities, right? That's all I do. So I'm really not so worried. Cryptos are also seeing red. Exactly, also seeing red. So that's why I said it is why my portfolio has seen a pullback. So if you look at Litecoin, so this little pullback here, Ripple as well, this little pullback here, Dodge, this pullback here, Cardano, there's pullback here, and AVAX. Yeah, so just little pullbacks, but yeah, cumulatively they have made my portfolio to dip a little bit, and that's fine. That's okay. I have a feeling that maybe Q3 might be slow. Maybe Q3 will be slow. Maybe July, August, September might have like sideways movement, maybe. But I think about it as if Q3 is slow, and then last year it was kind of like the same thing that happened, right? So Q3 was kind of slow. I had a pullback. I actually lost like more trades last year, but then Q4 was like one of the best quarters in the year. If I'm going to see Q3 take a pullback, but then Q4 puts us at like a new equity high, making us close most of our trades and profits. I'm up 20%. I think it's above 20%, and running trades peaked at 32%. Just running trades. So if for any reason these trades come back to this point, even put us at a new high, and we're able to close our running trades at like maybe 35, 40 hour, then it means that for the year we'll be up like 50 to 70 hour, and that's crazy. So that's still fine, right? I'm happy to allow Q3 to be sideways if Q4 will be fantastic. So at the end of the day, it's a portfolio. We can expect that you'll move up and move down. It's going to happen. It is bound to happen. So this is the most I have. All right, this is me.
Casey, please let's hear your insight on silver, please. Silver USD.
Oh yeah, silver. I don't think I mentioned silver. That's true. Silver. I'm waiting for the pullback. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the pullback. Yes, I've not seen the pullback, but that's what I'm waiting for to buy. All right, so trickle down, find support, and boom. I love to take loans. That's what I'm waiting for. So
Please, I want us to look at Dow, Dow Jones, US 30.
Dow Jones. That's right. I mean, when I look back, this is actually fine for
Yes.
Yeah, I was a beating trade. I should have bought this guy. Should have bought this guy. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, what's the question? What are you looking at?
please, that level, I have a level there showing kind of resistance at the top there. So now I was asking, is it a good place to find a resistance level there?
Yes, it is actually. Looking for the rectangle. Hold up. It is. It is a yeah. So this is actually a resistance level. Very correct. So what it means is price has not given us no new all-time highs. So I think Dow Jones is kind of lagging behind because the S&P and Nasdaq have both created all-time highs, but Dow Jones not so much. So yes, this is a resistance level. Although I kind of expect that in the long run, price will break it. But yes, it is a resistance level. That is correct. That is correct.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, but this was a fine trade, right? This guy, I think even this guy as well. These are all fine trades. I couldn't buy everything. It wasn't possible. This guy's, not. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So this is the first entry, but that was last year. That's last year. This was last year. I was looking at this, but this was last year. This was an entry from last year, but that's fine. So what else did I not take? Let's see. Yeah, this guy as well. Hong Kong ETF. What else did I not take? EBEX 35. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't buy everything. Yeah, even the Nikkei. Even the Nikkei, exactly. So they're all fine trades. Let me see. UK one. I don't think this guy's. He did sell it actually. Hold up. Okay, this was kind of different. This is kind of different. But yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask you this question, please. Don't you trade synthetic? Like, I think they are like they probably have some high volatility or so. So, like, do you trade synthetic?
Well, fine question. Okay, so before I answer the question, like some of you here, I don't know if you had this, if you had this question, he was asking me if I trade the synthetic market. So before I answered that, who here doesn't know about the synthetic market? Just so I know, they are called synthetic indices. Who doesn't know about them? Just so I know how to answer the question properly. Is there anyone here who doesn't know about synthetic market? Synthetic indices, as it's called.
Actually,
okay, so
I listen. Actually, I really don't know much about synthetic, or like I usually see them maybe probably on Telegram or so. Like maybe some traders will be trading on synthetic. I know. So, and I noticed that synthetic, like they usually have high volatility. Like maybe during a day or something, they will probably move like over 1,000 pips or so. You understand? So that's why, like, I wanted to ask the question: like, do you actually face in there synthetic or not?
well, I used to trade synthetic. That was like way back. I think 2019 up until like 2021. Yes, I used to trade synthetic. But I no longer do that. And you see, I would not advise you to trade synthetics. You see, synthetics are not real markets. I think that's why they're called synthetics. They're not real markets, and for the most part, they are to a great extent controlled by the company. So in the long run, you actually may find it difficult to maintain consistency trading synthetic because you see what moves the market is not real. There's nothing real that moves the market. So your edge is to a great extent limited. Okay, you really cannot find consistency trading synthetic. There's just no point. There's really no point. I used to trade it in the past. I would make so much money, and then you see, I used to think it was better because earlier on I would say things like, okay, news don't affect synthetics. So whenever I would take a buy, I took a loss at the time, I would tell myself, okay, it's because of the news event. So why don't I go to synthetic? There will be no news event to stop my trade, right? I would draw the structures. It was fun. Yeah, I mean, it's part of the learning process, but I no longer do it. And I would not advise anyone to do it. Okay? It's not the real market. There is no point trading synthetic. There is no point doing that. And then I know that you see some person on the internet who post screenshots of profit and all the rest and things like that. And that's why I said it's the internet, right? You get to see all sorts of things. I'm not here to tell you what is real and what is not. I'm not here to tell you that guy is fake, you say that guy is real. Nah, but just understand that synthetics are not real markets. Just have that at the back of your mind. And I think you can use that to gauge all those you see that trade synthetics. Also, I said before that if you're trying to find out if someone is good or not at trading, simply ask for a track record. I pulled up a track record here multiple times and just do that. Okay? Get his track record if he's trading synthetics and you find out. Okay? The screenshots can be faked. Yes, track records can be faked, but I've also shown you guys how it can be faked and how with a regulated broker or with proper tracking, you can't fake it. So those are the things you just keep in mind. But synthetics, nah, I wouldn't advise that. That's just me. So I hope that made sense.
It makes sense. Actually, because like it actually looks unreal to me. Whenever I see them, maybe today they will post this and okay, we actually move 1,000 today or something. You understand? So like I was like, okay, what's this synthetic that they are trading or something? So I've already decided, okay, probably I will ask you. Maybe I should just listen to your stance on that. You understand? So that's why I asked the question. So it's not that like I'm interested in trading or not.
Okay, all right. But yes, I think you had my side, and that's why I said all the things you see here, we've seen them before, right? So we did these things too, and I'm just speaking from my experience. We see some traders now trying to claim that they are very good at trading synthetics, with the profit and all everything. These are things we can do. We can fake everything, right? We can fake everything, but we don't. We choose not to because, I mean, we'll be like the rest if we do that. So, but yes, synthetics. Now, just don't bother. Okay, that's just my humble opinion. Don't bother. Don't bother. Yeah, but yeah, I have a question. So, any other questions? Just before I ask you the question.
Yeah, actually, I've already told you before that I'm using XNet as my what's it called as my broker. You understand? But I noticed that XNet is not providing me with crypto pairs. Like whenever I check on my MT5, I usually see crypto pairs, but the option for trading or something is actually omitted there. Like probably I don't know, probably they didn't offer me crypto pairs this an option or something. I contacted the broker. I was told that okay, like I'm not eligible or something. Probably like I've forgotten the email that they sent to me. I'll probably check it later. But I think the message goes like this: that okay, that I'm not allowed to trade this crypto pair or something. So since then I've been thinking about maybe to change broker, maybe probably to change to liquid FX or something. Because I don't know trading cryptos nowadays is actually more distant, like more profitable than most currencies. Understand? So
Okay, so I'm not sure why you don't have access to trade cryptos with XNet. Um, Personally, I may not always want to use just one broker, right? Because certain assets may not be available on certain brokers. Okay, some commodities may not be available on certain brokers. Some indices and the likes, right? So if you want to change brokers, that's fine. You can do so. Like I said, you can use Liquid. All you have to do is just reach out to Momo, and I think he would explain how you can set it up. Okay, or you can change if you wish to. You can. There are also some other solid brokers you might want to use, but I think Liquid is like the best option for you right now because something else is that it helps you. It gives you some perks to one-to-one sessions. Right? I think I already mentioned that because in the past would always have one-to-one sessions, but right now it's not really available for everyone, only for those who are like associated with like Liquid. So by using Liquid, it just increases your chances of one-to-ones during the month, which personalized training, of course, would help you. So, but yes, if you want to change, then that's fine. You can do so. You can do so.
Sure.
All right. Something I was thinking about is the back testing that we just kind of discussed like towards the end of last month. And I said I was going to allow you guys time so that you can go and test and back test. And I hope that for the month of July we have spent our time doing much of that. But I know I didn't speak too much about it, so I don't want to stress it so much. But I also did highlight that it was something that I needed us to do. Okay. So here's what I'll say. If you are having issues, if you are still having issues with back testing, please just reach out to me. So George, I saw your text message. I think Loa was still here. George, Damien, Carlos, I saw your text messages. So George, I think we still have like pending business. So I'll discuss that with you. But if you have issues back testing, okay, if you have issues with back testing, please reach out to me. Also, if you have completed a back testing session, all right, you've completed a couple of sessions, you have some data with on your results, please reach out to me as well, okay, so that I know how to structure our next few sessions. Okay, the number of persons that have completed our sessions will help you understand how to structure the next few live sessions. So please, if you have finished back testing, maybe if you're not done, obviously, but like if you've done something, reach out to me. Let me know how far you've gone, so that we know how to structure the next sessions. Also, if you're still having issues with something about your back testing, please reach out to me. Okay, because by the end of August, or the month of August we're getting into, is a time where we're going to review back testing sessions and also review our journals. So any issues you have, any problems you have, just please, all right, just send me a text. Okay, and we can fix that. All right. So I'm just making sure I'm letting you guys know so that when we get into the month where we are going to speak about back testing, it will not be like a surprise if we're speaking about your sessions. And also, I'm asking because I want you guys to be up to par with yourself. So I don't want the situation where 3 persons are doing well with this, 10 persons are struggling with their sessions. That would mean that we're not all on the same page. But I want all of us to be on the same page. You get? So that's why I'm speaking on this. So please, just feel free to reach out to me on Discord, okay? And I'll be happy to assist you. So, any other questions just before I wrap up today? Any other questions? All right. In the absence of any questions, then I would I'll close the buttons here and I'll meet you later for this. So something else I'd like to add is I'm going to make one of the sessions we're going to have in August. It would be on yes, gaming.
Yes, can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening. So I have this question that I want to ask. I wasn't following keenly because I'm currently a bit occupied, so I'm sure I might have missed some of the chat.
I can hear you.
It's about. It has to do with the way you trade. Okay, I want to understand something with the way you trade. So let's say you have two zones, right? And then a price is currently moving, let's say, in an uptrend. Okay, and then a price moves from one zone to the other, okay, and then come back to retest where you bought from. You usually do not like want to re-enter again. I
Please
want to
come
know
again.
why
You
that
asked
is.
me what? Sorry, I didn't really get you. Seems like your network is like cracking. I don't know if it's for me, but I didn't really get you. Can you come again, please?
Yeah, hello, Cassie.
Give me.
Yes. Please, can you hear me now?
Sorry guys, is it just me or I can't hear him? I just want to make sure.
I can perfectly hear him here. Like, no, I don't know about all
Can you guys
this,
hear me?
but I can hear you.
Yeah, so Abdul, you can hear me, right?
Hear you, Casey, and I can hear him too.
Okay. So I think Casey is not hearing me in real time. That's a challenge. What do I do? Hello, Casey, can you hear me?
I think like you see, okay, he's there. He'll come. I
Should
can
I?
hear you too. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
I can hear
because
you.
I think
Yeah, it
Cassie is
seems
not
it
hearing
seems the
me.
only case it seems it's only cases that can seem to be out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Cassie on the call actually. He's not here.
I can see his screen though, but I don't know if he's on.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on the list, but the screen is showing.
No. He's still on. He's still on call. He's still on call. He's probably his connection.
Can you guys?
Probably. Yes, we can hear you. Hello.
I think Cassie's internet is lagging.
Uh, sorry guys, I don't know if this is for me because I can hear you. I can hear you guys, but it seems like you guys cannot hear me. I'm not sure why.
Okay. Don't worry.
Okay. Hold on.
Allowing us to continue. So we can end the session now in the next week. I'll ask the question. All right, thank you.
All right. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. So, Damian, can you hear me now, Damian? I think our
Yes, Cassie,
network.
I can hear you.
All right. So, please go ahead with your question again.
Yes. So I was asking, I realized that you take trades from, let's say, one zone to the other zone, or one support to the next support, level or resistance level. But then I've also realized that anytime, let's say, you don't get an entry opportunity, right, and then a trade goes to the next resistance level and then comes back to the support level, you don't usually enter into the trade.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to know why that is. Like, what have you seen? Like, what is the reason behind, I mean, that decision?
Okay. I get your question. So let me do that. Let me use an example of. Let me use EU as an example, since EU is currently. So if for any reason, okay, if I bought at the key level, break and retest, price gets to a key level and comes back, I will not buy a second time, not immediately at least. If price broke out of the level, will not come back for a retest, but then went to the key level and then came back, I will not buy if price comes back. Why? Because my entry pattern is a break and retest. First things first, okay? My entry pattern is a break and retest. Secondly, when I buy from one key level, I am simply saying that I want to be part of the buyers that will drive price to the next key level. So if price gets to the next key level without me, the move is done, basically, right? The move is over. And so when price comes back, price is not coming back as a break and retest, but instead price is coming back from a resistance to a support. So by buying from buying on the drop of this, it would mean that I am buying as support, not as a break and retest. Now, buying as support is not wrong, okay? That in itself is not wrong. But based on test, based on research, based on data, I don't include it as part of my system. Okay? My entry pattern for my system only allows a break and retest. So I would not buy this if it just comes back and tests. But instead, if price would come down, right, break the level, break past the level, and then retest it, this is where I become interested. Because now I am dealing with a break and retest yet again. Also, the fact that price has broken the level shows manipulation around the zone. I think that makes sense. So these are the things I consider before I would buy from the key level a second time. It is why I waited to buy pound GPY. Okay. This move we now have, this break and this retest. It is why it's the same thing I apply on all the pairs, basically. And it is why I did not buy USD JPY. Right? So you see that it just came down to support here. I didn't buy it. That's why I didn't buy it. So I think it's making sense now. I think we've explained this, but it's always good to remind ourselves. So this is just me. It's not like it's wrong. It's just not something I would include in my system just yet. Something I removed from the system, and I don't plan on putting it back anytime soon until something changes. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. All right, thank you.
All right. So yeah, this is the most I have, like I said, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Okay. Thank you guys for showing up, and please, if you have a problem, you have a question, please remember to reach out to me. And then yes, George, we still have some unfinished business which I will speak to you about. Okay. But until I see you on Thursday, take care.
Okay.
You guys take care. Let's have a fantastic week. All right. Of course, keep your risk management up to par, and we'll survive the week. All right. I'll move on to August. So, thank you guys for showing up once again, and I will see you on Thursday. All right.
Okay, all right, thank you,
Yeah,
cause
thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Take care, man. Recording.